Very shagadelic, baby. Yeah.
Hello, we're in a 2021 Chevrolet Trailblazer. Want to go over some basic features on this vehicle. All right. Right over here is the location of the automatic headlights. This right here controls how the dimness and brightness of your instrument panel on this screen up here. On the Chevrolets, you can just leave it on automatic and your lights will stay on automatic. That just turns them off. That turns your parking lights on, and this turns your lights on over, completely not automatic, just turns them right on. This model has the IntelliBeam headlamps. That's what that A means. So if I hit that, that's going to turn your IntelliBeams on. That's just to flick your high beams, and that's to turn them on. Over here's where your wipers are, and you have a rear wiper that controls the intermittent off and on, and all you do on the stalk is just move it up and down. Pull back to shoot the fluid out. Also on here you're going to see your tachometer, speedometer, or it says auto stop. All that means is when the vehicle doesn't need the engine, it will turn the engine off. Example, if you're at a drive-through or a long stoplight. On the Trailblazer, you can actually turn that off, and that button's right there where it says off, off, right here. Kind of hard to see. That just turns it off. It'll show up in the driver information center if it's turned on or off. So you can see that. The middle is your driver information center. That's just going to show you things about the vehicle that's on there. Okay, I'll explain that next. And here's how your driver information center works. It's controlled with this rolling button right here. It goes up and down, and then this goes to your pages. I'll kind of zoom back into it. If I hit this right and left button respectively, it's going to change what page it's on. Okay, so for trip, we can scroll down with the wheel. Okay, and that's just going to go to your options. You can actually see how they go up and down when I'm rolling this. If I hit the right arrow, it's going to go to vehicle, tells your oil life, and so on. Go back to that. That's a pretty cool feature there. This is your Ford Collision Alert. This vehicle is equipped with Ford Collision Alert, and you actually set that here. You can set the distance, how far you are to another car. I'd leave it there, it's where it's safer, and that's on the wheel. And you have this eco mode here. You can go through that. Pretty cool. Back on the steering wheel, that's your cruise control setup. You just push this button to turn it on, and you use the roller to speed up and down 1 mile an hour. This simply cancels it. Over here is going to be your push to talk for your Bluetooth commands and Apple CarPlay / Android Auto. This simply hangs up. That's all it does. Now there's two more buttons behind the steering wheel you really can't see very good. The one behind here simply changes your channel. That's actually behind. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then there's a volume button behind here. All right, and this is going to be the radio. They've moved things. The clock is now down the bottom, and your favorite channels are up on the top. Pretty self-explanatory. You find a channel that you like and simply press and hold where it says press and hold, and it remembers the channel. This has a cross banding feature, which simply means you can mix AMs and FMs, and if equipped, Sirius XM up on the top on the settings, so you don't have to put AM or FM. Once you get your channels where you want, you can actually use that channel button on the left side of the steering wheel. That'll go through the favorite channels. So you only got to reach over once you got everything set. We'll go over some more features on this vehicle. Over here you have your sound menu. This is where you can adjust your equalizer, where the music's going. If you want the music going towards the front of the car, you just push right there on the screen and where you want the music to go to. With the kiddos, sometimes you'll put the music in the back when they're listening, or if you can't hear very good, you'll move it to the front. I'm gonna go back out. So pretty much anytime you want to exit, you just hit the back button. There's also these hard buttons down below. Anytime you get lost, you just go to home. It'll take you back home. This button here will go to your phone menu if your phone's paired in there. That's a real good feature. But all these icons do something. So if I hit the music, it's going to go to music. If I go to phone, it's going to let me set a phone in there. It's very simple to set a phone up in this vehicle. Just hit the plus button and you hit add phone, and then follow the prompts on your Bluetooth device to do that. So we'll go to the navigation. Now this guy's got OnStar navigation, so that's where that will show up when you're using OnStar. This does come with the trial for 30 days. Next, we'll go back to the climate system. This one's turned on. Red is hot and blue is cold, like normal cars. The air conditioner button is here. You have to have the fan on at least one piece to turn the air conditioner on. You've got redundant controls, so there'll be a light, as well as up here it's going to show you the direction the air's blowing with any touch. So if I'm touching the fan button and I want to put that up there, it's going to draw it redundantly on the screen so you can see what it's at. These will simply go through your menus here. That's your defog button. That's your air to your face, and then air to your feet. And then this is going to set maximum defog in the front, and then your rear defrost is there. Get the car real warm. Down below there, you can see there is a power. Turn that down. There is a power port here. You have a USB-C, a USB, and an auxiliary input. With the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's really cool. Down below, you already seen the auto stop. This is called traction control or stability control off button. The only time you really need that off is if you're in mud or snow and you don't want the traction control system to interfere with you getting out of your problem. The next one is pretty cool. That's going to be your lane departure warning system. It'll turn orange when the system is active. On the gear shifter, you got park, reverse, neutral, drive, and L. L just stands for range. And below that, you have a parking brake. To set the parking brake, you put your foot on the brake and lift up. You'll hear that. And then when you're taking it off, you push down. Good thing is with the driver information center, when I'm doing that, you can actually see it happen on there. And that way you know you're doing it right. We're back in the back of this Trailblazer to show you where the spare location is located. Just pull up on this piece. And it actually will stay open. Down here, you can see how it lines up. You can also use this for extra space if you have something taller. This does come with 5 years, 60,000 miles of roadside assistance to Chevrolet. Put the number on the bottom. And these seats, what's really nice about the Trailblazer is the seats can be laid down, and there's really not a lot to it. I'm just doing it with one hand. See how this is lower where I moved it? I can bring this back up. So if I want to level, it's all level now. This will accommodate an 8.5 foot board, or like a kayak or something like that. I'm gonna move this front seat down. All right, I'll show you how to lower this front seat. There's not a lot to it. There's a little handle right here. And then once you release that, you can see the seats. I'll kind of walk back again and let you see how much room there is in this thing. See, that's a long way up, so plenty of room.